Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have John leading out with blue-black Reanimator against Dustin on Bomberman. A couple of combo decks. Reanimator typically much faster than its opponent. However, the blue-black version is going to be a little bit slower as you've got things like Ponder and Brainstorm in there instead of just full tilt, Faithless Looting, and Dark Rituals trying to go as fast as possible. The black-blue variant does pick up Force of Will. In all likelihood, the biggest reason to go with that. And I think with the printing of Grief, I don't know. I think that's going to be a very interesting card. We got a Stonecoil Serpent at 2. I think Grief does give some seriously dangerous lines to Reanimator. I'm not sure that they're going to have that tough a time holding on to a game even after like Evoke a Grief and then Reanimate a Grief. I mean, that's going to be devastating versus a lot of combo decks. And probably worth a spare Reanimate. I mean, that's pretty clear cut. You get a Delver of sorts. So Grief will be a new addition to a lot of testing gauntlets. We'll see where it ends up finally settling in. Dustin temporarily shutting off his Mox Opal, sacrificing the Bauble to draw a card. And he sees Exhume. Good to know. Though Bomberman's, while it may feel like a control deck due to some of the cards that are in it, at the end of the day, it really is a type of combo deck. You don't get to run Force of Will. You get Chalice. How about you're on the draw 7s? Or draw 7 of Echo of Aeons, along with your Auriok Salvager combo with Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye is really, really strong in the deck, which, you know, makes counterspells significantly worse. Careful Study. We got an Entomb and a Swamp put into the bin. A little surprising because there's an Exhume in John's hand. So you'd think Entomb would actually be pretty high value. Perhaps he has multiples of those that he's confident are going to resolve. And a Brainstorm. Brainstorm also pairs really nicely with Entomb, as you can shuffle away those dead cards. Really anything that says shuffle is always a welcome option when it comes to Brainstorm. The card really didn't see much play prior to the printing of Fetch Lands. I was using it for a year or so prior, thanks to Land Grant from Mercadian Masks, which is kind of the precursor to the modern Fetch Land. There were like Mirage Block ones, which we also played, but I mean, it wasn't actually very good. Land Grant really was the card there. Never forget the first time playing Brainstorm plus Land Grant and putting back the 2 lands on top and just being just floored at how good it was. Quickly filling up the graveyard for Threshold. And now Urza. And John actually scooping it up in the wake of Urza. Was there a Chalice at 1 out? There might have been a Chalice at 1. That would... No, because those Ponders and stuff were resolving. I'm trying to think of why that Entomb wasn't used. It seems so crucial. Well, on to game 2. We'll see if John can have a faster hand. Though draw 7s like Time Twister and Echo of Aeons here in Legacy can be pretty comical versus graveyard strategies. I've certainly stolen games against Dredge and Vintage using Time Twister to completely undo just incredibly powerful starts, essentially saving what would have almost certainly been like a turn 2 kill. Instead, getting rid of their graveyard. Also, I mean, it's pretty good when you can just twister against a lot of decks on the first turn before they get to utilize anything. Kind of the more broken the deck, the more important it is for them to have access to that mulligan. You know, when you're playing a deck like Reanimator, sometimes it feels like they're not even magic cards. I mean, just totally disconnected from each other. Now, Entomb making its way into John's hand. Oh no, and he's stuck on just a single island. Big oof here. And he doesn't brainstorm on his turn, digging to try and find another land. I think that's like incredibly important, making that land drop. We got Lion's Eye Diamond. Mox Opal acting as a Lotus Petal. And Salvagers, and this is going to get real right now. Floating a ton of mana. And he's got enough to return Lion's Eye Diamond through 2 counter spells. Force of Negation really would have been the necessary thing here. Instead, he's got infinite mana. Now, able to easily add the Gyruda to hand and cast Containment Priest, returning the Bauble. Still infinite mana here. And now these Baubles can be used. Oh, and now infinitely large Stonecoil Serpent as well. Why not? And those Baubles can be utilized a bunch of times. So Dustin just setting up a very lethal board. This is not going well for John. Facing down lethal and Containment Priest and infinite mana and a Chalice at 1. Chalice at 1. Oh, geez, I called that ahead of time. Yeah, he's got a Chalice stopping the Brainstorm there, so that is just going to do it. That would be why he didn't fire off that Brainstorm. Would have just been countered. I think you have to fire it off anyways and hope he misses the trigger, because that is just an absolute, I guess, runaway game as Bomberman shows exactly what it's built to do. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.